Hello. Welcome to Meditation Nerd. I don't know what avatar's movements were there. Um, so I'm feeling pretty tired of late. We got a flu kind of going through our home. I'm choosing to believe that that's not what it is. It's just kind of the chaos of day-to-day stuff. So this week is probably going to be more of chanting mantras. I'm going to be reaching for mantras a lot more this week. So just as a heads up, that's what's planned. Before we get into anything, let's go ahead and tune in. It will be the traditional Kundalini yoga tune in. Rub your palms together. I forgot to say that. We'll tune in with the Adi mantra. Inhale, exhale. I'm kind of all over the place. All right, so we'll tune in Adi mantra Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Repeat it 3 times. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale, hold the breath, boulder luck. And exhale, lower your arms. My apologies for the tone deaf. Tune in. I am not a talented singer, so. Okay, so we'll be working with the mantra Sat Narayan. I do want to give you the option for anyone that would like, it's too hot here, turn the fan on. For anyone that would like the Kriya to accompany the mantra, this is the one I use. Sat Narayan is typically used to help us find calm, to find grounding within us. So the Kriya for that I've used this mantra with, if you want to bring your arms up to shoulder level, your palms are going to face forward, your arms are going to be bent, as you can see my avatar is doing for the moment before she can't hold both of them up. So you'll want to keep your arms up at shoulder level. Make sure you give yourself a moment to kind of round your shoulders, let them uh, be down, right? You don't want them up by your ears. And then you're going to cross your peace fingers. So your pointer and middle finger are going to cross like you're, you know, crossing your fingers, hoping for whatever, right? And then you're going to hold the rest of the fingers down with your thumb. And then your eye focus is going to be at the tip of your nose. So that's a Kriya that will go with this. I will not be doing that. I just explaining it, I feel very heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and just be chanting for this round. But I did want to offer the option for anybody that does want a Kriya to go with the mantra. The mantra is Sat Narayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Satanam. I have dropped a link to the music that I will be using for this evening. We're going to be doing between 3 and 5 minutes. As always, please listen to your boundaries. If your intuition's saying, nope, not today, cool. Thank you for joining us. You're welcome to stay and just sit in the space with us, just to be a part of the community, of course. If you need to take off, that's perfectly fine as well. If you get 3 minutes in, your intuition says stop, that's where you stop. Please honor where you are. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and grab the mantra and use the same music that I'm using, it's a little bit more upbeat. I like the delete style, and they were the first ones that I practiced with for the Kriya that I just shared with you. So I think that's part of why I keep returning to their particular mantra as well. Okay. So if you are doing the Kriya, you'll want your eyes focused at the tip of your nose. If you're just going to be chanting with me, you can have your eyes open, focus at the tip of your nose, soften your gaze, eyes closed, whatever you prefer. Meditative posture, if you want to just lay out and chant the mantra, that's perfect as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes. Satyanarayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Satanam Satyanarayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Satanam. Oh, sorry, 1 second. I forgot to set the timer. Okay, I'm going to do 5 minutes. Satanarayan Waheguru. Hari Narayan Satanam. Satanarayan Waheguru. Hari Narayan Satanam. Okay, I'm going to move into the Kriya now because that's what I'm being guided to do. So again, just arms up at the shoulder level, shoulders down. Peace fingers, pointer and middle are crossed. The rest of the fingers are held down by the thumb. Palms are facing forward. Focus at the tip of the nose. Narayan Waheguru. Hari Narayan Satanam. Satanarayan 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 Waheguru. Hari Narayan Satanam. Narayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Satanam Satyanarayan Wahe Guru Hari Narayan Satanam. Okay, perfect. And if you are doing the Kriya, go ahead and keep your arms as they are. Keep your gaze at the tip of your nose. Inhale, hold the breath, pull the root lock. Exhale, inhale, stretch the arms up. Give yourself a nice stretch. You can flex slightly from side to side, nothing crazy, nothing aggressive, and then slowly lower your arms down. And we're just gonna sit for a moment. You can go ahead and close your eyes, soften your gaze. Just gonna take a moment to rest. Inhale, exhale, and then we'll bring our hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale. We'll tune in with, tune out rather, with one long sat nam. Inhale to begin. Sam. Nam. Satnam. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you found this grounding, calming, or at least gave you a moment of pause. Something I did want to call out at the end. I didn't really want to lead with this because if you're anything like me, you would have put yourself in a position to do the meditation regardless instead of listening to your intuition. At least that's typically how I would do my meditations. I would read about it and go, oh, that's what I need. And then end up forcing myself into meditations or kriyas that weren't necessary. I just convinced myself they were. Hopefully, you don't do that. I have just decided that I'm going to speak more um, about the kriyas more at the end. That way you can experience it, listen to what your intuition tells you, and kind of connect that way for anyone that would like it. So, a little bit about the mudra and the kriya itself. So, with the peace fingers being crossed with our arms up at shoulder level, this is going to engage the heart, right? Any arm work that we do in a kriya or a meditation, that's going to impact and ideally it's going to open up our heart center, our palms facing forward, and then with our gaze focused at the tip of the nose. This is a posture that's both receptive and protective. So we're opening ourselves up by bringing our arms up, right? Opening the heart chakra, opening up the chest center, opening up to be receptive to what is needed, to hopefully hear what's needed, best next steps, guidance, that type of thing, right? While also fortifying our own container by focusing at the tip of our nose. We are grounding ourselves within this container, right? Peace fingers give us another anchor for connecting to that, keeping us solidly here while we're chanting. So just kind of wanted to call that out. I really thought that was kind of a cool little background. When I first started meditating, I didn't really pay attention necessarily to what the mudras and the positions really meant. I mean, I would use it to guide me to get me to do the kriya or meditation, but I didn't really connect that with my experience. Now that I've been doing it for longer, I've cleared enough space to be able to see, okay, does this actually match the experience that I've had or that I'm having while I'm doing these kriyas or meditations? I tend to do things a little bit backwards sometimes. So I just wanted to share that. Hopefully you had some similar experiences of opening or at least calming. And just to call out chanting, if you were doing what I was doing at the start, where it's the chant, it's simply returning to the seed sound, that is still a chant of calm. It is still a chant of peace and inner containment, right? So you're still connecting to the same goal of receptive, protective, calming. Just you haven't added the mudra or the um well, yeah, just the mudra because we were chanting. Anyway, just sorry, I'm kind of stress is kind of frying my brain. So I hope that you found this helpful. Feel free to share anything in the comments that you feel comfortable with. Thank you as always for joining me. I'm grateful you are here and see you next time.